Hey guys, I'm on my deck and my dogs are probably going to start barking at any point here. But I wanted to just finish up the motor system PowerPoint. We just have a couple slides left. So we left off at the somatosensory agnosias, and we were talking about contralateral neglect and some of these other strange things that kind of go together. We just have a couple more things to talk about. So pain perception, this is still not well understood. There's no obvious cortical representation. So what that means is that there's not one spot in the cortex that we can point to and say, oh, that's where you experience pain. And that if we were to never stimulate that you would never have pain. That's not the way it seems to work. The one place we can say seems to have something to do with pain is the anterior cingulate cortex, so that front part of the cingulate. And they think that is involved in the emotional reaction to pain. So, usually experiencing pain is not pleasant and you feel some emotions about that. And they think that's where that occurs. One kind of neat thing is that pain can be suppressed fairly easily. So there are religious ceremonies where people undergo pain and it seems like they don't even feel it. So there are ways to suppress pain. Probably the easiest way is to activate the periaqueductal gray matter. So remember that was in the midbrain. And there is kind of a pain circuit in the spinal cord that they think is activated when people are able to block the incoming pain signals. So the two things I want you to know is just remember the PAG that's in the midbrain, the periaqueductal gray matter. If you stimulate that, you don't really experience pain. But there's another part of this circuit, and that's the raphe nuclei of the medulla. They release serotonin, and they think this has something to do with pain as well. Okay, so this is kind of a picture. So the midbrain is the pink area, that would be the PAG, and the raphe nucleus would be the blue. And through a complicated mechanism that involves the endogenous opiates, we can suppress pain. Okay? So, I don't want you to worry too much about it. Just know those two little things about pain. Know that there's not any cortical representation. Know that the anterior cingulate seems to be responsible for our emotional reaction to pain. And then finally, we're going to talk about phantom limbs. I'm going to be pretty brief here because I've got a great Ramachandran video to show you. And I'm going to have to do that, I think, when I go into campus, and I'll have to do that off my office computer. But anyway, phantom limbs. So this is the experience of part of your body being there when it's not. So if you've had an arm amputated, but yet you still feel like the arm is there, that's phantom limb. Unfortunately, in roughly half the cases, people that have this experience also experience pain in that phantom limb, and this can be hard to suppress. So they used to think the reason for that was just that the nerves that got cut off, that they are irritated and sending signals, but now we think it's actually in the brain that this happens. So we're going to watch a Ramachandran video. So I'm going to put that in a separate recording. So I just was kind of using this to finish up the motor PowerPoint. Have a good day, guys.